What's up, everyone? It's Matt and David. We are the RSS Podcast. This is episode 15. Let's go.
I'll tell you what, I don't get tired of that intro. I can't believe we found it. It was like one of the first ones we found, and we went,
I know.
Stick that one
Every
in.
time I listened to it, I was like, this is an absolute banger.
Yeah.
As they say in England.
And it's copy-free, right? Wait,
Banger, isn't it?
Free. Nice one, Matt.
Copy-free, right?
Copy-free, right? Music. Woo!
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Tell you what, how are you?
I'll tell you what, asks the question. I'm good. Yeah. A good week. I was at a conference on Tuesday, actually. So that was pretty fun. It was good. It wasn't to do with anything in my subject, not really performance sport. There's more psychology, sociology, but it was like across the university. So it was pretty interesting to see, different research that's being done. Yeah. And then hear some like vice chancellors and vice pro chancellors speak. So yeah, pretty interesting. Plus got free lunch. Thank you very much. I'll be coming again.
Yeah. Oh, did you only get free lunch for that conference?
Okay.
I get every lunch or every shift I work, I get a free meal. So David, today I had bangers and chips, so very healthy. And then you get a salad bar. There's a salad bar, and then you get some nice dessert.
You don't go there though.
I think the dessert? No, only salad for me.
Salad bar.
No, salad for me. And then what did I have? I had some like lamb stew yesterday. I had some nice slaw on the side. Yeah, it's just standard stuff.
Calm.
Standard. No worries.
That's sick. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Mate, I'll tell you what, if it will make trying to reach my goals a whole lot easier. So say if I'm trying to cut, I can just be like, look, hold off on the chips or like hold off on the potatoes, hold off on, the pasta. Just give me the meat. Just give me some nice chicken.
Do you have enough what's the word?
Self-worth? No. Dignity? No.
Keep going.
This podcast just turns out to be letting it all out.
Yeah. Are you crying, man? That's so sad.
Today, this probably might be the only time I'm not crying.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no. All is good.
Before Matt starts crying, we better get into some sports news.
Yes. Before
it goes downhill.
Speaking of Matt crying, I don't think this is going to change, but Japan knocked Spain out of the World Cup, so none of our teams are still.
It's gone bad. It's gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, the manager claimed, because I think it was the 2018 World Cup. I can't remember when, but Spain got knocked out of penalties, and the manager was like, "Look, next World Cup we're going to be preparing. We're going to be doing penalties, 1,000 penalties in training." And yeah, they only scored one penalty out of the 5 they were given, I think. So they lost.
And they lost in penalties. Yep. Yikes.
Not a good start. But England play tomorrow. Against France.
Right. And when this is out, it'll have already been done. But
that is true.
When we're recording, are you doing anything for that? Ooh, predictions.
Go on, hit it. Go on. I'll start off with a 2-1 France. Ooh.
You're saying England's going out? Oh, geez. Yeah. I was going to say England's going out just to be provocative.
Yeah, now you got to back England.
Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to back England.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're going to win. It's going to come down to the wire. I think it's going to be 3-1, but it's going to be a closer game than it seems. I think it's going to be one where like France hits a couple posts, maybe a couple calls that are possibly gone the wrong way for them. And England's going to score a late one to make it 3-1, to make it look like it was a dominant game. But in reality, she was a close one.
There you go. That's our predictions. That's going to be great. As it stands, I mean, Brazil have just been knocked out of the World Cup and they were favourites. So who knows? Anything can happen.
What are you drinking? You got a sponsorship now or what? BioSteel?
Water, actually.
Oh.
I put
sponsored by Mother Earth.
SIS bottle. Actually, it's no Coke, but it's in the SIS bottle because I'm raking in cash. But yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have so many sponsors soon. We're gonna have like a pause and a word from our sponsors now.
in between each sports news.
Yeah.
But yeah, next bit of sports news. Eddie Jones has been sacked as manager, England manager, which is a bit hectic because it's...
Hold up. He was sacked just right now.
Not right now. He was sacked 2 days ago from recording this.
Like on the eve of the World Cup round of 16. Oh, wait,
No. Eddie Jones is the Rugby England manager.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes so much more sense. You can't assume I know these things, Matt.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
I'll put it.
Imagine they're like on the run to the World Cup. Nah, see ya.
That's bad. Yeah. So Eddie Jones, he's been sacked. But it's not even the World Cup's next year, in France. So the Rugby World Cup's next year, and you've sacked the manager. I think they've left it a little too late because everyone has been.
Is the manager? Is it like in football though, where it's basically the coach?
Pardon?
Is the manager in rugby like the manager in football, where it's the
football,
coach?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in NHL, the coach stands behind the bench, and the manager's like off somewhere, up in the stands, not in the stands. No. Like who knows where he is?
No, the coach is Eddie Jones. So Eddie Jones is the coach. He's not like a manager in football. Well, it's okay.
He's on the field, like telling people what to do.
Yeah. But he won't be on the
like
field.
In football.
He'll be behind like a set of screens, and then he'll radio in to whoever's the water boy to then tell the messages. So he'll be upstairs in the stands, but then he has to come down, I guess. But,
similar to F1.
Yeah, actually, right. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's
interesting.
It's a bit mental, but we'll see who fills his big shoes.
I guess it was kind of the last time they could do it, right? If you need to make a big change, now's the time. When next year is the World Cup? Is it like summer or is it like October? Because the Women World Cup just finished. Is it the similar time?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you do have like a good full training season.
Yeah. But still, it's a lot of coaches implementing tactics for a while now.
Right.
Yeah, and it's so it's going to be very interesting. But anyways, onto the next one that's that I don't really know.
Matt fired up. We weren't quite sure which sport news to do, and Matt got a sniff of this one, and it was like a shark in blood infested water.
Yeah.
He pounced at it.
It might be a hot take, but I find it baffling.
So Brittney Griner, no, wrong. So yeah, Brittney Griner. We talked about it quickly on the podcast a few weeks ago. It was jailed in Russia for bringing CBD oil. So not even cannabis, but CBD oil, which just or Informed Sport now has some partners who make CBD oil, and it's not banned anymore within sport. Within sport outside of Russia.
Yeah.
So she was jailed for what was it, like a long time?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact sentence, but because in the past, if I get this correctly, in the past she used to be able to go to Russia and bring in CBD, bring in marijuana, and she'd be scot-free because she was friends with an oligarch over there.
Right.
But because of the war, all of the oligarchs have fled, which is my understanding. I'm not sure if I'm right or not, but from what I've heard, they've all fled. And when she tried going back there, she got arrested. She said, okay, just call this person. They tried calling that person, couldn't reach them because obviously that oligarch fled. So then she got locked up.
Right.
Because
I see. So her contact was no longer there. She gets locked up, no help.
Yeah.
And so and Russia was holding her. Wow, I'm struggling. I've just butchered every single time I've tried to say her name. This is crazy. So they've just made a trade. Russia and the States have made a trade to get Brittney back to the U.S. and they have traded Victor Bout.
Yep.
Who is an international arms dealer who who I guess was
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's insane.
It's so mental that I don't actually think it's true, because it's what? Like
I've got Victor Bout's Wikipedia page up. So we're just going to have a quick read of things that stand out here, right? Victor, I can't say his middle name, Bout. First of all, the guy has an absolute tash on him. Say that for free.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him a good person, though. Bout, listen to this. Bout gained the nicknames the Merchant of Death and sanctions. Your reactions are killing me. After British government minister read a report to the United Nations in 2003. In 2011, Bout was convicted by a jury in Manhattan of conspiracy to kill U.S. citizens and officials, delivery of anti-aircraft missiles, and providing aid to a terrorist organization, and was sentenced to a minimum of 25 years imprisonment because the crime was due to a sting operation. Until December 22, Bout was held in the United States Penitentiary Marion, I don't know where that is, before being released in a prisoner exchange for U.S. basketball player Brittney Griner. Matt.
But I'm so confused because it's illegal in Russia to have marijuana, right?
Yeah.
So then, and even though it's illegal to have it in the US,
right?
If it's illegal there, well, there you go. There you go. You've made your bed, lie in it, right?
Sure, but you could say the same thing about Victor Bout. It's illegal to kill U.S. citizens.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is one person. So the theory. I think I saw a video or from BBC News of the White House. I'm not sure, correspondent. I don't know, but she was saying that yes, it's a U.S. life. We have to bring it back home. This guy has killed how many U.S. lives? How many lives? What like, who thought this was a good trade? What? I'm
Matt
so
is
confused.
flabbergasted. It is insane. Like, I haven't had enough time to really think about it, but like she was traded for a literal arms dealer. You don't hear about those people.
Trade him for like a Russian swimmer or something like that, like an athlete at least, not for an arms dealer. Like, do you know how, even if it was, and I'm not like, just what? I'm just so confused. It just doesn't make sense. Like, how is that a fair trade?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, Monopoly deal. It's like, oh, I want that green set, even though the blue set's the best. I want that green set because I like the color green. So I'm going to pay for that green set for that greenhouse, and I'm going to put extra money in there and make the worst deal of my life just so I can have that green set back. But then you can get I'll trade you the blue set and I'll put in some extra money in there. That made no sense when it left my mouth, but it's still a ridiculous deal, right? It is. I'm not that bad about it, to be fair.
It is. It is crazy. I think. Oh, it's so difficult though, because on the other side, Brittney is also alive. And are we saying that Victor is Victor in jail worth more than Brittney, rotting in a Russian jail for the rest of her life, or whatever she has to go through there?
Oh, I don't want to take it away from her. I just wish someone would have made the deal a bit fairer. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I want her to be safe. I want her to come back. A life. I want that life to be saved. But at the same time, let's not go to extremes here, right?
I wonder what Russia was saying. Like, what if Russia was like, what if you were in the room and Russia's like, you let Victor Bout go, or we're gonna torture Brittney until she dies.
Well, there you go. That's illegal. That's a bit crazy.
I know.
I'd record that. Oh, unlucky, mate. My phone's caught that one. Sending it out.
No, but seriously, what would you do in that situation? And you have to make that call. I'll tell you that for free. I do not want to be the person making that call.
I'll tell you
because that's going out on the line no matter what you say, right? Imagine if it says like U.S. This would be the headline: U.S. condemns Brittney to die in Russia. That's what the headlines would say.
Yeah, but I've got the recording to prove otherwise, so it's okay. Mate, regardless, like, you know what? I don't get paid enough to decide that, so unless I'm put in that position, I'll give my answer. I plead the fifth, David. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I forget what it was, but where I saw this, but it said like this type of deal has never been ever done before. And it is also pretty scary. Never been done before.
I wonder why, because it's
scary though, because like this guy is just free. And Russia wants this guy to be free, which is, I mean, slightly concerning if I say so myself.
Yeah, like maybe I've got this completely wrong, like the Liver King thing, but I'm just it's a bit mental, but yeah.
There you have it.
Taking a lot.
I wonder what Victor Bout is doing right now. I wonder what Brittney is doing right now. What's the first thing that you would do? You get out of a Russian prison. Like that's not a good time. What's the first thing you do?
Doing? I wonder what Victor Bout. He's probably already on the website selling arms, mate. He's probably already back in business, making millions, right?
Maybe, yeah. What's Brittney do? What would you do on the other side?
Brittney, she's probably what? She tried to get CBD. She's probably going to get some CBD or something.
I'd need a heck thing, something a bit stronger than CBD. I think if I went through that.
A Mackey's, a McDonald's. Yeah.
I had a Mackey's yesterday on the way home. It was delicious.
Ooh, terrible.
I know. Just one, just like a little small burger, you know.
Yeah, just
big
Mac burger.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Hopefully, Brittney can bounce back from it, because that's got to be absolutely a traumatic experience, not knowing what's happening. I'm sure it wasn't a cakewalk in those prisons either. I can't even imagine what it was like. And hopefully she can kind of just bounce back into playing basketball or talk to people to get her through whatever she went through over there. A wild set of scenarios that happened, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to say, like, I hope she is okay. I'm not arguing. I'm not saying I don't like her and I want to stay in that prison. I just find it a bit mental. We've let that guy go. So,
it's mental.
Like 100%, I want her to be okay. I want her to get back safe. I want her to continue playing basketball. I want her to strive in the sport just strive in the sport as much as she can, and get back home safe, because I can't imagine what it must be like, terrified, locked up in Russia, where it's a lot colder than here, and they won't be caring much for her. So I do want her, but yeah.
Crazy. Either way, crazy. Unprecedented. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Unprecedented. Sweet. And mate, speaking about us debating about that topic, we've got a couple more debates coming up the line. So from sports news, end of sports news was a bit of a debate, and now we're going straight into the main topic, which is more about some debating topics. That made
nice,
but we run.
We got there at the end.
The first one, David. I'm going to ask you your opinion on this one, right?
Oh, okay.
Should esports be included in the Olympics?
Should the esports be included in the Olympics? That's an excellent question. I'm going to say no.
Yep, sweet. Next topic, done.
Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I would agree. Oh,
it's so difficult. And I think like everyone's trying to get their sport in the Olympics, which is awesome. Like, obviously, I think sometimes the Olympics get held to like this crazy standard, which is true for some things. It is. I think for me, that's not what the Olympics is, though. Like, the Olympics started, and what it actually is an amateur tournament. So you see a lot of things that are like in X Games, not in the Olympics. Otherwise, like, if you had everything in the Olympics, it'd be like 3 months long.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like having CrossFit in the Olympics as well. Like, who would want that? So, we can kick some of those sports out. The majority of our following is CrossFit, but Sorry, I really want to
Yeah,
look.
I don't know. Esports is crazy, and on one side of the thing, one side of it, it would almost make sense for the Olympics to bring it in because of the financial gains they could make from it. Because there's so much money in esports, it's insane. The person
Oh,
who
it is
won
big.
NHL or no, was it Fortnite? It was like some Fortnite tournament, and he won
Yeah,
like
yeah, a
sixty
while ago.
million dollars.
I think it was a while ago, that one.
Yeah, so as far as
Um,
financially, it makes sense, but I think what the ethos of the Olympics is, I
yeah, yeah,
don't think it quite fits.
yeah. No, 100%. Like I just, yeah, like mate, if I'm not trying to take it away from them, like skill
Yeah,
wise or tactically, all of that,
yeah.
that'd be terrible, right? But I'm just saying it's a completely different. Like sport has always been like you're on the field, you're on the track, you're physically exerting yourself to a different level. And I'm not saying you're not doing that in esports, buddy. I'm really not trying to flow to one side, but like I'm just saying that like it's different. It's different because it's just the whole you're in like an arena or a stadium to watch
Yeah,
people battle it out, and I
yeah.
guess that's the same for esports because you can be in a stadium and watch them play, but it's just a different.
Different
It's
vibe. I
perhaps
think the
different.
esports
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
its own thing that it can really thrive in. Same with the X Games,
Mate,
um,
E-Olympics. There you go.
Olympics, the Olympics.
Olympic. Oh, you know what? We should start our own thing, mate. Olympics, baby.
All right, next one. Next one. What's the next one?
Should a referee be allowed to use instant replay in sports? And I thought this was very topical now in the World Cup. You're a referee. I wonder, and I'll ask this to you. I'll just split this question up a bit. You're a referee, David. Do you think there's more pressure or less pressure having the instant replay in a game type situation? So you're on the hockey field, some stuff's battling out. What you see is what you have, but then you've got an instant replay on the massive screen there where the crowd can actually get involved and actually have their opinions on what's just happened. Um, is that more pressure or less pressure? Because then
Wait,
you,
of having instant replay of like the
yeah, yeah,
crowd. The crowd. Um,
not the crowd, like what's just happened. So say, um, uh, the puck has gone in just slightly across the line, right? Is that a goal? If it goes slightly
no,
across the line, it's fully across the line, right? But you don't see it clearly. You think it's just
sure.
not across the line, right? And the set
Yeah,
pick it up or whatever. Luckily, there's an instant replay above where you can check and be like, oh, okay, it's gone in. Or you have to just make your own decision. No, I didn't see it go in. All that. So, what do you think on instant replays? Should they be allowed or should they not be allowed? Like, does it cause more
for
pressure?
referees to use. So like
Yeah, yeah.
The NHL
Yeah.
has like VAR.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But the
Gotcha.
referee doesn't just stand there and like look up at the jumbotron and be like waiting for the instant
Yeah,
replay for everyone to watch. You know,
yeah, yeah.
like they if they're not sure, they go to like the penalty box and they look at the iPads and then they're on the headset with Toronto or the situation room where people are watching the game and stuff. So it's similar to VAR. Well, yeah. So is that what you're
I
talking about, like VAR, the
Yeah,
instant
yeah.
replay
I
like
guess
that?
too far. I went too far with the whole like crowd getting involved. But
Right.
I
Well,
think
I think that's an important part though, because like the crowd
yeah,
has instant replay as well, and that I think if done well, like instant replay VAR improves the game. If there's very strict guidelines of how you can use it, when coaches are able to use it, um, and that with as far as the fans are concerned, I think maybe that has a bit of an impact for kind of minor leagues. You know,
yeah,
refs that aren't as um, seasoned don't know how to take that kind of pressure. But I think when you're in the professional game, that those guys and girls are at a little bit of a different level where they know that that's part of it. And if they can't take that and can't take that pressure, they're not going to last very long, anyways, at that level.
I
So
was
I think it is good. I think it should be used in sport. I think it makes the game overall better, but only if it's I think done right. And I think most sports are just kind of trying to fight that line of where it makes it better to where it slows the game down too much. I
yeah.
think. What do you think?
No, I agree because I think a point you made earlier about minor leagues. I mean, you look at what they've got. They've got no instant replays or they've got no like TMOs or VAR. And I mean, look how the fans that watch the game react and look how the players react and no one's, everyone's a bit snipey at the referee, but he can't see everything.
Yeah.
Luckily, when you've got TMO VARs, the referee can actually have a little look back and realize, okay, I did miss this, but thankfully the TMO guy or the VAR person has picked it up for me, and it's like having
And that
a bird
happens no matter what, right? Like people are going to chirp you anyways, and no matter if you say it was a goal or not. Like if you're at the home bar and in the away team scores, the home team's not going to like that. They're gonna give you what for anyways, no matter what. So, and I think like refs are just human beings, so they make mistakes. So I think the ability to correct those mistakes and make it right, especially when it comes to goals, I think is good, and it makes the game better. Just because they make mistakes, right? Like that happens. So I think it's a matter of like finding that balance of how does it make the game better without slowing it down too much, and what are the rules of when coaches and teams can use it and when can they not.
Yeah, no, I think it just allows for that extra bit of precision, extra bit of accuracy when you're on the field. Because, I mean, a referee's emotions will be heightened as well. They'll be under a bit more pressure, a bit more stress, so they may not be able to see everything as
Absolutely.
But so I think, and it also allows the fans to quieten down a little bit when they see it on the big screen. They realize, okay, yeah, thanks to that instant replay, we were clearly wrong. That is a goal. And back to the facts, then, there's less bickering. But yeah, so we both say yes for that one. Sweet.
In agreement.
Wow. Go on, you hit it with the last one.
All right, last one. This is a good one. Should all young sports players get a trophy?
Now, I know, David, when you were growing up, you always got a trophy because you were the best. You were the best at ice skating. So I know that question doesn't really apply to you. But no, this one's
my first soccer team, I played soccer before I played like organized hockey, and we sucked.
Don't worry, David, it doesn't show. The knowledge is a bit. But no, what was I going to say? Yeah, like I'll answer that. I don't think all kids should get all young like sports players should get a trophy. I don't think they should. It doesn't teach you the ethics of sports and what sports all about, all the morals that you gain by winning and losing, going through the motions of winning, going through the lows of losing. It doesn't allow you to develop great morals.
Timmy needs to know that his team wasn't the best.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Yeah, like life will go on, and you don't get rewarded for everything you do, especially if you do it bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's
absolutely don't give anyone a trophy. I think that's it's so annoying.
Example about it was when I had a go-karting party, and I came first, and I was like, yes, stood on the podium, and then the person running it was like, oh, everyone get up, everyone on the podium. I was like, no, right?
Pushing him
Jake over there was 10 seconds below. Jimmy couldn't turn that corner about 10 times. Ben kept crashing. I'm the one on the podium. Everyone's off this ride, okay? Me first place, everyone else are losers, okay? But, yeah. It just allows everyone to think that they're great at everything, and it doesn't allow. Actually, I take this to another point. It doesn't allow anyone to actually find what they're actually good at. They'll go through life thinking they're amazing at everything, whereas they could have spent their life being like, okay, I'm bad at that. I'm bad at that. Oh, actually, this I could be really good at, and then you build your own pathway there.
Yeah. I think we do. At some point, we need to learn some hard lessons, and I think that's such a good time for parents. And I shouldn't even say this because I'm not a parent, so I've never been in the position of having to do this. But it puts a bit of the onus on the parents of like, what I will say, and maybe I should say it like this, is when hopefully I have kids, I hope that I get the chance to teach them that if they don't win something, that first of all, that's okay. Their identity or their value and worth isn't on that, and also to teach them that you can put in 100% effort and you might not get rewarded for it. You might not get what you want. Like, I don't know, life sucks sometimes. This is the part of the program where we go deep.
Grow up.
You know? But yeah, but honestly, like, yeah, grow up. Life. When I was playing ice hockey, I was injured and then got injured again, and I was having a big pity party for a while. And a good family friend pulled me aside one day when we were with him, and he's like, "David, I have something to tell you that I feel like you really need to hear, and you're not going to like it." Right? And he literally says, he's like, "Sometimes life isn't fair."
Yeah.
And he's like, "That's all. Like, I just really think that you need to hear that. Like, life's not fair sometimes." And then that was it. And I was like, cheers. Right. But I think I really needed to hear that.
Oh, 100%, because it allows you to understand that even though it hurts in that moment, it resonates with you because you're like, it isn't fair. And the next thing you know, you go through 10 little times that you fail at, and then that 11th time, something amazing happens. You're like, wow, that felt great. I can be good at this. You know, for example, like I was at the gym, working at Power Base Gym, and I tried different things. I was cleaning the cardio machines, cleaning the weights, and I was just never good at that. But I could talk to people,
like,
so I specialized in that and left all the cleaning for David because he was amazing at that. And that's how I found my way through these things.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Good topics. Those are good 3 ones. There was not much of a debate though, because we all agreed on all 3 of them.
I genuinely thought there would have been a bit more debate, but maybe other people can debate with us. We'll post these on maybe our Instagram, or maybe, you know,
yeah, that's a good idea.
Comment below and tell me what your opinions are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely see. It'll be very interesting. Now here's the best time of the week. It's a quick fire question time.
This is, or should we do
tip of the week? Because I think you said the tip of the week earlier. When I say earlier, I think I meant like 2 minutes ago. Life is not fair. Just keep on moving. There you go.
It's a good tip of the week.
Little snippet. You
don't need anything more than that sometimes.
No, you don't.
Less is more.
There you go. I've got a good rapid question, I think.
Well, just one rapid question. Or you can say it really fast.
I've got a couple. I'll go.
What?
Ready?
Yeah, okay.
3, 2.
Or are you counting down?
I have no clue. Do you live with anyone?
Yeah, with Hayden.
Nice. What makes you sad?
When the Vancouver Canucks lose.
Oh, what do you think people must misunderstand about you?
I think they take me too seriously sometimes.
What movie, book, or TV show changed your life?
Cars 1 changed my life.
Oh, I was driving home today. I had Real Gone. First song playing on the way back. You know the one that goes, Real Gone.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Oh, I thought you were going to say Life is a Highway.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
That's a banger.
Because I had a long day today. But how do you cope with hardship?
Oh, I think talking to people.
Ooh, what do you think is the key to living a good life?
Oh, geez. Finding things you love to do and people who love to do them with you.
If you were a color, what color would you be? Last one. That was the last one. I like this one.
Dark blue. Dark blue.
Nice. Sweet. Okay, there you go.
Random question to end on.
It's a BuzzFeed.
Yeah, question. I know you just said something really deep, but what color would you like to be?
It keeps you on your toes. I want to hit every emotion on this podcast. You went from really deep, really deep, to dark blue. The ocean depths, dark blue. Oh, crazy.
That's hilarious. Man's got layers, depths, the depths of this podcast.
Layers, onion. Hit it
onion. Ogre Shrek. Great movie.
Oh, nice. There you go.
That's hilarious. That was great. We were going to talk about something else as well, alcohol and protein synthesis. We'll save that for another podcast.
Definitely.
But not next week, because next week we have a guest coming on, which we're really excited about. So make sure that you tune in Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, send us an email, tell us what you think. We'd love to hear where you're listening from, why you're listening, what you've liked.
Just interact with us. Send us a little message. Send a message saying, hi, enjoyed the podcast. We'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
David, since you live with
new
Hayden,
to the pod.
If I don't see Hayden sending us that message, I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah. I'll get him on it.
Cheers for that. Love that conversation.
That was great. Take us up, Matt.
This has been the RSS podcast. We're out.